G'day guys, what's cracking? It's Ralph here. The other day I got an email from Pic-Time and they said, can you make us a video? And I go, guys, I use you. Like, I've used Pic-Time for the last 3 years. And so when they said, can you make a video for us? I'm like, heck yeah. I love Pic-Time. Like, I genuinely love it. I use it. A couple of years ago, probably 3 years ago now, I got an opportunity to shoot a touch football competition. And touch football is like rugby, except it operates much quicker and you just touch rather than tackle. And so I was shooting this for Queensland Touch. And as a result, I needed to display all my images of the different games and the different segments and the different shots and all that. And so I did a bit of research. I spoke to my man, Harrison Tong, and shout out Harry. He said, you should use Pic-Time. I use Pic-Time. I'm like, what's Pic-Time? And so I hit up Pic-Time, and you know what? Let me just level with you straight off. If you look for Pic-Time on YouTube, you will see a bazillion wedding photographers, shout out to you guys, like saying it's amazing. But I'm here to tell you that it's here for you and it's ideal for you if you are any sort of photographer that wants to present their photos in just a glorious, glorious manner. So that's number one. What I used to do is put all the photos on a Google Drive, and then I'd send the Google Drive to my clients, and they would get a preview. In the preview, the color was always distorted in the preview. And then they'd have to guess at which photo, and they'd actually have to download all the photos rather than scan me through. It was a disaster. It was very unprofessional. It was awful. But Pic-Time makes, well, look, here's my Pic-Time gallery. And here's one of the shoots I did. And as you can see, it just appears glorious. And you can choose whichever photo you want, and you can download it. Now, there's a bunch of different things that I want to tell you about Pic-Time. But let me start by saying, one, it presents these photos in just a wonderful, clear, beautiful manner. Two, you can link it to your website. So on your website, you can say, here's my gallery, and you can go straight to Pic-Time. In Pic-Time, number three, it categorizes all your photo shoots. So all the photo shoots, if you've done an engagement and 3 engagements and 4 weddings and 2 footy matches and 1 social event and a small business, each of them get categorized so you can easily find your small business or your real estate photos or whatever they are, especially if you're a photographer like me who likes to just shoot wide range of things rather than just one like category of photography. Then it's easy to share, so you can give exclusive rights to your clients so only they can see and they determine who else sees, or you can let the entire world share or everything in between that. You can determine whether it's high-res downloads or just the low-res thumbnails that they get from that, and you can set it up so your clients, if they've got a lot of other sets of football team and they want to send it out to all their footy people, they then can send them a link so everybody can access photos, and you can determine who accesses what and when. You can even upload videos. The challenge I've had with videos is it is a long process. So I think that's some work Pic-Time still need to do, even though this video is brought to you by Pic-Time. I think the video side of things is a work they still need to do, but the photography side of things is amazing. What I thought today is I'd just take you for a bit of a tour through it so you can see how I use it, what I get out of it, and why I love it. Let's start with pricing. You get a 30-day free trial, which is 10 gigabytes and 1 gigabyte of video storage, as you can see, brand new, and all these other options. You try it for 30 days, and if you like it after that, you can go to a beginner, which is $7 a month, professional, or advanced. I ended up choosing, I worked my way through. I started free, then went beginner, then went professional, then went to advanced because of this little thing here, unlimited, because the more galleries you get, the more storage you require. And I've really enjoyed the premium service. I find it's a really wonderful addition to my business and me showing off great images, which is ultimately what I want my customers to be really excited about. They look at the photos and go, wow, that's epic. Let's do some more. Now, if we jump across here, these are my galleries of the different photo shoots I've taken over the last little while. Now, I sometimes have a gallery up for a certain amount of time and I take it down because of the requirements of the client. Other ones have been up there for a long, long time. But up the top, you can actually choose when you put your gallery up what category it should go in. Then it's easy to search and find which shoots and portfolios are under which title. So if I want to show someone what corporate work I've done, I simply simply copy this URL and I send it to them, they'll be able to see the variety of work I've done. And if there's a particular client that's like, I don't want you to show what we're doing, I just make this private. So they either see the front page or they just don't see it at all. If we go back, this is our dashboard, which shows us everything. Here's our different clients all the way down here. You have a search function here. So this morning I put a headshot up and I put it under therapy partners and I just popped it into this one here, which I did by opening up their particular portal. I went down to photographs right here. I opened that up and I just went down here. It was a headshot in May, and so I loaded that up and we were good to go. Then I can just send them again the link that I've established already, so I can either send it this way so that they have that, or I can go down to the guest link here, just copy that and send that across. Now let me show you how you set up a new client gallery from scratch. Click on new client gallery and this is where it starts. I'm just going to walk you through this really quickly. You type in the gallery name, the gallery date and your language, and you want to upload a cover photo. You want to upload that while you're on this page. Don't come off this page because it will hold here and you'll never get it uploaded. Then we go to photos and media, and you start here by putting in the scene name, and so you might say magic because it's a magic show. Yeah, that'll do. And so you can magic show, that locks it in, and then you can add photo clips or featured videos. To do this, it requires a downloader. So when you establish Pic-Time, they give you the option of a downloader. You need the downloader, and the downloader needs to be updated regularly. My downloader sits up here. You can check for updates. You can restart if it does something funky. You can make sure the version's right. And as you can see, it's on my MacBook Pro. It will activate once you go photos and clips. It will activate right here, and you can select those photos by dragging and dropping or by selecting files and choosing one. Then we go down to gallery setup. So once you've got your photos in, and your photos you can put in and you can move away from that screen and they will continue to load up. They'll load up as low res and a high res, but that doesn't automatically mean your clients have access to the high res. So that's why you go to gallery setup. You choose your details. You say this is an architectural shoot. Security policy is normal. It's not a private gallery because I want everyone to see it, even though it's going to my client. There's no expiry on that gallery. Then I can show on portfolio, which is what you saw just before. So yes, I want it there. Then you can request an email before entering into the gallery, which might be a great way of collecting people's emails if you want to do that. It also might really tick people off. So just have a think about how that works. You have search options through your gallery. You can allow sharing. You can allow the client to add photos. So if they want it's a family shoot or a wedding and they say, hey, can this be the central point for me to add all my friends' photos? You can do that. Just make sure you've got enough storage to accomplish that feat. Then you want to allow free high res downloads if you want your client to be able to allow and download free high res. Once that gives you this window, you can choose all photos or a specific amount of photos. You can have only the main client, who you send it to, main clients and any other photographers that you're shooting with, or everybody can download. Plus you can allow free web size downloads, which is the default, but you have control over who sees that. Here you can limit downloads to specific scenes, so magic show, but if we had post magic show, pre magic show, you might say, I only want people to have access to the magic show, and that's all they'd be able to download. You then apply that and it pulls us back into this. We then need to make sure that our watermark is off unless you want a watermark on. And so sometimes you want to take shots and send it and say to somebody, you select what you want, but you don't want them pinching them. And so you have a watermark. The watermark is by default on, so you need to turn it off. There's an email package you can offer and a gallery style option, which can be however you like. I just like the brand default. I think it just really works, and it means that different size photos all get fit together nicely and it looks really nice. Then I go to automations and discounts, and this is really clever. You can set up an early bird price where you can have a cutoff period of 2 weeks, offer the duration for up to a month. You can put out in your discount or whatever you want, and that's what you call it, and then you apply it right there. You can have a expiration promo, so you can have something that the discount lasts for 2 weeks. It's 30%, that's what it's called. You can have an abandoned cart, so when they go to buy something and then they back away, you can send them an email that gives them a further discount in 1 day. So it's a kind of little cool trick I try on most websites, to be honest. And then there's the anniversary gift, so you can say a year, 3 weeks before a year, you can set it up, or 1 week or 6 weeks or 1 month or whatever. You can give a discount, and so it's great for if there's photographs that you take are really special, that you really want to capture that moment. Then we get to sharing. So we've got client's name, we've got client's email. Sorry, Rodney, hope this doesn't actually reach you. There we go. That'll stuff that up. Sorry, Rodney. Then we go send to client, and it will pull up a window, and this is what people will get. So the words that you write here, here go under here, and so you can give some instructions. You can say congratulations, here it is, hope you really like it, and then you send the mail. It will send one to you and it will send one to others. Even though it says it's waiting, it usually sends immediately. Then you can invite other photographers via email or get a secure link and send them the link, or here's the guest link where you send this out to everyone that's been at the event that you want them to have free access to your photos, because that's how you roll in. And then you go down to dashboard and it tells you the stats on that particular album and what it's like, and you can support your client or send a testimonial request. So you can say to them, hey, what do you think? And then finally you preview the gallery. So let me just go back to here and let me take one of these. Let's do this one. So this is what I've recently done. We did a candlelight concert. It was really amazing. I did all the things that you like in that, and then let's preview the gallery just so you can see how a gallery looks when it's pulled up. And it's magical, like boom. And this is in the church that I look after. They came in, they did this classical thing, and I brought my camera on. I said, look, can I take some shots? And then we wanted to use those shots for marketing, and so I sent them to the candlelight concert people, and they love them. They're like frothing them, and so they're going to use them in their thing. So it was a happy ending after all. But when they're displayed like this, do you see how it's just... It looks great, just looks fantastic, and I can send that to anyone. So mum goes, how was the concert? And I can just send her the photos. Or I can say to another client who I'm trying to get work for, I've done work in low light scenarios, here's the work I've done, and I can send them that. Now another further feature, if someone, let's say one of these musicians wanted to buy this photograph, they can actually click this little button here, and then they can choose all these options here, and it gives you the price of what they are. They can choose frames, they can have boards, they can see other products, which pulls us over to lay flat albums and greeting cards and matted frames and so on and so forth. And then if we said we want some wallet shots, let's click on that. It's from $5.99, and you can go semi-gloss or matte. Let's go matte. You can add to the cart. Let's say we want 4 because there's 4 of them. Add to that to the cart, and then we have our cart up here that we can access and purchase whatever we like, and it just adds it all up. As a photographer, it's trying to sell a product, it makes it really, really easy, and you can have any discounts you like. You can set all that up right here in sales and automations, and you have all these options here of what you might choose to structure your selling opportunities of any of your products. And my experience on this is limited, but has a easy US base, but I'd just be wary if you're anywhere else. Just make sure that this is all lined up and you can access printing from somewhere that's close to you, so it doesn't cost your client a fortune in postage, so that turns them off. So I find Pic-Time an amazing way of cataloging and presenting photos, and you can change this color if you like. You can put your logo in or somebody else's logo, so whatever floats your boat in that space. It's just an excellent way to showcase what you can do at a really affordable way that ultimately pays for itself as you start to have some business rolling in around it, and you can build up the plan that you have as you wait for that business to roll in. What did you think? This is my desk, by the way, like when I don't clear it up. And if you like, there's cameras and ball heads, lenses, flash units, SSD drive. Oh, it's just carnage. I've got this cool little thing from Ulanzi that holds my phone up in case I need notes, but I remembered it all. Anyway, this is my life behind the camera when it's just a bit more wet and wild out here. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks Pic-Time for sponsoring this video. Really appreciate it. There'll be links down below for any Pic-Time inquiries or discounts that you would like. And I'd encourage you just to do the trial. Do the trial, see what you think, see if it's for you. You might just have one sort of shoot or opportunity you just need it for and you just want to see how it runs. So use it for that. Get into it. I hope this has been really helpful. And I'll see you after you subscribe and like in the next video.
Baby, I'm a killer, soft like